Mr. Benjamin, it's been a minute.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hot summer days.
Really hot summer days.
Yeah, 115 out there right now.
I know. I got in my car the other day. It said 128
Oof.
degrees
Oof.
inside the car.
Does it eat your battery faster when you blow that AC?
I mean, yeah, it does. But I mean, I don't know what the price of gas is. What's the price of gas right now?
I think I topped off Survey's car yesterday. What's today? Saturday, Friday, Thursday, $4.39. It was down to $3.89 a few weeks ago, but we can't decide apparently what to do with the Strait of Hormuz.
And that's at a Costco, right? So
Sam's Club. Yeah, Sam's Club.
So you're getting a discount. So
Right.
it's probably another, 30, 40 cents at a regular gas station.
I would imagine.
But you're paying for that membership, though, so,
That's right. But membership has its privileges. That's what the Amex people say.
Speaking of, did you see your buddy in the Sam's? He's part owner of Sam's Club.
Visa, Sam's Club, he's everywhere right now.
He's everywhere you want to be.
There must be a new season coming out.
We haven't talked since the end of the World Cup, and they made an appearance at the World Cup.
That's right. So we're going to do the opening segment. We're going to call this episode 44, The Vegas Day Drinkers, Sip, Socialize, Shine. We're calling this one, If You Don't Have Mustard, Here's a Dad Joke, You Must Catch Up. We'll be right back.
Hot dog.
Welcome to the spot where the good times flow. Chris and Darren behind the bar, putting on a show in Vegas where the sun shines bright and the stories unfold. Grab a pint, pull up a chair, let the good times roll. Sip, socialize, shine, that's the motto we live by. From the strip to downtown, beneath the desert sky. Walls tell tales, bars tell lies, but here we speak the truth.
All right, into the main body of the segment. Like we said in the intro, it's been a minute.
The main body.
The bodies. I didn't tell you as we were setting up that I ran into, I can't think of his last name, so please excuse me, Chuck at McMullen's, who would come in the afternoon and evenings, and his son. And he said that he periodically checks in and listens, and that we've improved immensely, that you can definitely tell from when we started a minute ago to now where we're at, that the rapport and everything's gotten better. I said, if you can't fail forward.
You and I have always had a rapport.
No, right. But it's just more people get introduced to it, or, you and I are out in the wild, and we kind of just, passively pitch it or actively pitch it. And then it's like, we have that core crew of listeners. And then for anybody else that wants to hear just another podcast about Vegas or life in general, or the Odyssey, which we can talk about in a minute.
I look at more of like hanging out at a bar and just having a conversation.
Right.
Or just, if you're sitting at a bar by yourself and you happen to notice the conversation with the gentleman next to you. I use the term gentleman very loosely when it comes to us. But, you've overheard the conversations, and sometimes they pique your interest. Sometimes you just want to move away, but
yes,
hopefully we're the pique your interest kind of guys.
Yes, or at least if
the Norm and the Cliff.
If I can't see what you're looking at on your phone, or if you're not just giving me an open palette by reading a book and letting me immerse myself into the conversation of, do you like the book that you're reading? Because why would you read a book if you don't like it, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know.
Yeah. You don't know till you know.
You don't know until you know. So you referenced it a moment ago. The World Cup is now over.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Dunzo.
I
have
good for America, good for Canada, good for Mexico.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought USA making it to the round of 16 was fantastic.
Yes.
A lot of people have a lot of thoughts on Balogun and Trump getting involved.
Yes.
I don't really give a crap. I think people were talking about the VAR and he shouldn't have gotten involved. And it's really funny because I've been watching WWE my whole life, not as a fan, but just passively. And it's totally fake. And I've been watching, World Cup, FIFA for a long time. And everybody always talks about how it's rigged, it's fake, there's a script. And I'm like, they're one and the same. Who cares?
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. A lot of my Canadian friends were just whining about that red card getting overturned. And guess what? It didn't even matter.
Yeah, they lost soundly.
Yeah. But yeah, I think overall it was the most profitable in history. I thought the halftime show was pretty awesome.
That's a point of interest, because that's the first time they've done that.
I thought the 48 countries was great. It is the World Cup. Right. Say what you want. 32 is a lot, but hey, why not? It's the World Cup.
Right.
Right.
And it's revenue and it's money. So
the most profitable in history.
As we've all mostly learned in life, just follow the money. So that's why next.
I did
World
find
Cup
it interesting that the round of 16, everybody in the round of 16 had has some type of healthcare, universal healthcare, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Except for the United States, and I believe Turkey has this system, but it's very cheap.
Isn't it now Turkey?
Turkey.
Yes.
Turducken. It's
Yeah.
now Turducken.
I mean, we're only a few months away from turducken time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, obviously, I'm wearing my Sporting KC shirt today. That was by coincidence. But Kansas City was one of the great host cities for the United States. The people really opened up and welcomed the 4 teams that were hosted in and around the greater Kansas City area.
Yeah.
England, Argentina, the Netherlands, I believe, and Algeria.
So in your social media circles, do you have a lot of Kansas City type stuff that pops up just because you have
Yeah,
a
I
lot
sure
of
do.
fans there? So was there videos of people enjoying Kansas City barbecue that you noted, or was there anything?
Kansas City barbecue, obviously some of the portions, the sizes. The city of Lawrence opened up to Algeria, who I think both Algeria on one end and the Lawrence on the other thing didn't know a lot about either the city and or the country.
Yeah.
So in that, 39 days, they learned about each other and kind of immersed each other into cultures and welcoming them with Midwest hospitality.
And working at McMullen's for all those years that I did, I was never a fan, and I'm still not really a
Algerians?
fan. No, just the World Cup in general, like, and just what you were talking about, how it brings awareness to the rest of the world and different cultures and all those things. I think that did a really neat thing for a lot of America.
Well, our buddy Daryl Gariglio reposted the now famous Freddie, the German guy that kind of started all that was discovering America, that was over here for 5 weeks. And I think he made his last post on social media with that account this week and saying, if you want to hate the world, watch the news every night. If you want to love the world, go travel, which is a very
100%.
philosophical but true statement. And I think it's just, when I lived abroad, you just immerse yourself in other cultures, and that's why I didn't want to just go like, the proverbial 2-week holiday in Europe. Like, look, kids, Big Ben Parliament can't get left, and you come back like, well, I'm European now because I've been to Europe for 2 weeks. Whereas living over there for a year and a half, you are in that culture, and some of the things that you accept that you have ice in your drink, or it's a free refill, or things that I don't necessarily think we take advantage of that, but just that doesn't happen in other cultures. And even though that's a relatively small thing, then you get over there and you just kind of learn to condition yourself. Then that's how it is,
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that Daryl brought that up because, I live a lot online, and somebody made a post the other day about something and about the president, and I was like, God, I would just love the day that I don't have to see that guy every single day.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you turn on. If you turn on the news, or you turn on Facebook, or you turn on Instagram, or you turn on TikTok, you will see Donald Trump's face within 5-10 minutes.
Well, he's polarized.
I'm not even searching for it. I don't want to see it, but it's there no matter what. It's in YouTube videos. It's everything. It's in your feed. You scroll and just looking through your feed, a picture of his face will pop up, and I just would love a day. I know some people out there are going to be like, oh, you got TES. And I'm like, no, this isn't even political. It's just like, I would really like a day, a week, a month where I don't actually see his face.
Yeah. More on a political landscape here locally. Have you seen the kerfuffle that Miss Bruner posted about? With
yeah.
The Lombardo.
Well, no, but yeah. Did you see the Beverly, a local theater? It's like an artsy theater here. Did you see they did the Saturday after that happened? They said if you walk up to the box office and say, I'm Joel Lombardo, you get a free ticket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, free ticket. Now, those of you that are listening that you might not know, Chris, do you want to explain what happened exactly? Or
you were more in the political landscape than me. I will just merely offer an opinion.
This has nothing to do with politics.
It doesn't.
It's simply Joe Lombardo. It leaked. Something happened back a couple months ago where he got pulled over, and the officer walked up to the vehicle, and he's like, "Hey, come on, man, I'm Joe Lombardo," and the officer let him go. He ran a red light or ran a
rolling red or something.
Like a stop sign.
Which we've all done.
Turn on right or whatever. And he didn't get a ticket for it. And it's a big deal here because he's the governor. You're supposed to not be above the law. And so So basically, it turned into a big deal here because there's an election coming, and
Yeah, he was in his personal vehicle with his wife down by Mandalay Bay, from what the body cam shows
yeah, he
us.
did a rolling stop on a right turn where you're supposed to stop, and then turn right.
And so there's a very big poster, election campaign poster up at like 215 in Flamingo on the west side of town, and some local artists, graffiti taggers, whatever you call them,
Vandals or terrorists, if you talk to some people.
Antifa.
Yeah.
Went and tagged it, and I thought I didn't know it happened, but when Ginger reposted it, I mean, I just kind of laughed out loud because I thought it was funny. I
It's
mean,
funny.
it wasn't harmful.
What they did is they painted. It's like a 30 or 40-foot banner, and they painted a mustache on his face, and they wrote, "Come on, man," because that's what he said to the officer when he pulled him over. When
Yeah.
he walked up to the vehicle, he's like, "Come on, man, you know who I am."
And so, of course, being that Darren referenced living in the social media world, and I do too sometimes. I do a lot too also. But all the comments that were generated from that, be it whatever side you believe in, and, this and that. Obviously, one side he's getting away with something. The other side is like, we've all had a police officer courtesy. I don't know if I can, have you ever had a police officer courtesy?
As a matter of fact, I had.
I have also. So,
Laugh.
whatever side of it you live on, it made me laugh. And my only comment to myself was, can't we just laugh at some things in life sometimes?
The last time I got pulled over, the officer laughed because he's like, "You know why I pulled you over?" And I was like, I'm so sorry. I was daydreaming. I was dreaming of just getting the week over with and like having a good couple days off." And he just kind of got a chuckle out of it. And he didn't write me a ticket. He gave me a warning, and I thought that was very nice of the officer. But
Yeah. And, those guys and girls, they just want to go home to their families too. So if you'd be cool, like,
yeah,
roll down your windows, put your hands on the steering wheel, so they can see into the vehicle. It's, kind of common courtesy stuff. And then you never know.
have you been hit up like on YouTube? Like I don't have cable, so everything I watch is like streaming. But a lot of political ads already for like local elections, and like, oh my god, it's so much, and I'm like, they're spending so much money on these elections. It's just crazy,
Yeah.
Like I see this one ad for this particular candidate over and over and over and over, and how terrible he is, and I'm like, I want to vote for that guy because they're spending so much money trying to get rid of that guy that I'm going to vote for him just because I'm like, they are spending so much money just to smear this guy that he must be a decent guy.
Right. I have not been privy to having the ads served to me yet, but do you pay for your subscription to YouTube?
No, I do.
Okay.
I do not pay for any subscriptions, which is crazy. I mean, now that being said, I do pay for Amazon Prime, and that
Okay.
comes with the video. Other than that, I got a deal on Disney Plus and Hulu for $5 a month, and as soon as that expires, I'm canceling
I think
it.
I
But
do-
that's the only thing I pay for.
Probably because I do pay like $15.99 a month to YouTube to not have the ads served to me, so I can just kind of watch my
Isn't it
rants.
crazy thinking about like we had the promise of streaming, no commercials, you watch whatever you want whenever you want, and now all the services have like a cheaper version where you're paying for it and you're still getting commercials.
Yeah.
So now instead of the three channels we had when we were kids and you could watch everything for free, but you had to watch those damn commercials. Now you got to pay for it and watch the commercials, and you can't even skip them anymore. You can't use your VCR to like fast forward through them anymore.
Oh, and I kind of referenced before we started this. I mean, I think yesterday you had that huge sorority mixer out here with, I want to say, the Alpha Kappa Alphas, which is a historic HBC
What were you in?
female black. I was not. I
No
played
fraternity?
basketball.
Oh, okay.
No fraternity for me. My fraternity was running separators at 4:30 in the morning.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah. Well, it build teamwork. But shout out to Chris Pretty, who I caught up with like in 20 plus years, who was on the basketball team at Fort Scott, who was out here last week. One of the other reasons we did not record, because it's been a subtle stream of friends popping into town like signs. What are you doing?
You
But-
know the saying, right?
What if you move to Vegas, they show up?
No. If you know your true friends are the ones that never come visit you in Vegas because they come and they want you to party till the break of dawn, and you're like, I gotta work at 8 in the morning, man. I gotta get up.
No, there was no partying like till the break of dawn. He had done that with another mutual friend who has lived out here, Dan Utrick, for years, but I've never actually run into, who actually works in hospitality too. And I figured that I would run into him at some point. But I mean, going back to the Alpha Kappa Alpha, I believe that's what they are. Them all leaving. I was telling you off mic that if there was 27,000 of them registered for their conference here, that they do it every other year in a selected city, I think 26,999 were trying to leave yesterday. And I don't know what Southwest was doing or not doing, mostly Southwest, but departures were backed up 3, 4, 5 hours. And then you get everybody I have a point to this, but, is frustrated. They have anxiety. They have anger because they're missing their flights, or they want to go home because they've been here for a week. It's been 115 degrees for 3 or 4 days in a row now.
Yeah.
And then here we are at the good ship lollipop that we call Harry Reid International Airport, and I'm zinging them $30 for margarita because Las Vegas has learned, and here's the point, has learned to monetize everything that what people touch from the time they get here to the time they depart.
Yep. That's what I call the Disneyfication, Every department has to make money.
Yeah.
But there are some deals, I've seen recently Plaza has an all-inclusive deal.
Yeah.
Downtown's doing it well, and I think it's only $140 a night.
Yeah, and there's some stuff popping back up, and again, the local casinos, the stations, the South Points are like a little more aggressive with it. The Red Rocks and all that, the $3 beers and call surf.
I think everybody's feeling it because I'm getting deals for places. You sign up for the text notifications. I got a notification for a local business here. They were offering a free pastry if you just come get a coffee.
Really?
And I just think that's across the board. Me personally, here in Nevada, the airport, I'm making about 25% less money this year than I was last year.
Well, I mean, I'm making that at least that much because that's the to-go window thing that we're still fighting at the airport, but that's more of an individual thing.
Yeah, me is just I don't know if it's I think it's an actual allocation thing because of Spirit.
Yeah. Well, now to your point about value, I did see our good friend Joey a couple nights ago, and I don't know if it's National Tequila Day today or yesterday or National Tequila Weekend, but they actually had a placard up at the bar that you could get 2 street tacos, a pint of beer, Modelo and/or Pacifico, and a shot, of Flecha tequila. Since we are day drinkers, how much?
I'm gonna say $8.
10. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean,
not great.
Not $19.99, but but it was like, and I said to Joey, I go, well, looky there. I said, that's actually a value proposition. There's a little bit of a loss leader to that, to get people in the door. And he said, he brought about 15 people in because they were kind of pushing on social media a bit.
Can we go back to that for a second here? Like every time I talk about it with people and, I say, oh, my money's down like 25% or whatever. It feels like it's slower. They're like, oh, well, Vegas is dead. I'm like, no, I don't. It's not that. I think it's more economy based because, 2 years ago when we were charging the same prices, it wasn't like that. 3 years ago when we were charging the same prices, it wasn't like that.
Well,
and so I think it's more that than like people would like to admit. To be honest, I think people just get it in their heads that what they think is right. And that could be the case for me, but I don't know. What do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, it's what our good friend Scott Galloway talks about, the K economy, and it's like Vegas seems to have, if all the corporate overlords sit there at the big Christmas dinner and decide that, if we want gaming revenue, we're going to take more multimillionaires and have less bodies, but have more gaming revenue and answer to the shareholders, or do we want the volume of people that, they're going to fill the streets? Because, it's Vegas. People still show up. Or that I haven't looked at the numbers for like the last couple months to kind of get down and dirtier and like the normal stuff I normally watch. A couple of the other Vegas-based podcasts I haven't seen in a couple weeks either, so I can't fully attest to this. But it's summer, which is historically slower anyway because it's hot. And kids are out of school, so parents are being parents, and they're,
The crazy part is these companies are still making money because a lot of them, they're doing stock buybacks, they're buying out, they're going to private ownership.
Yeah.
What is it? Caesars and Tillman Frittata and MGM. Frittata.
And then Barry Padiller, with MGM.
These deals are to go private. So these people on the high end are making so much money that they're coming in with cash deals to like buy out everybody.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how
the company's private again. So that tells me a couple things is that, like you said, the K-shaped economy, these guys on the top are making a lot of money and they're able to buy everything out across the board.
Yeah, and whereas in the past, before they sold out to these conglomerates or private equity,
There were
you know,
stock deals.
well, these land leases they have, I mean, it's millions of dollars a month. So,
Yeah.
even if you wanted to give away the 1999 hotel room, to middle America family that, trying to like a introduction to Vegas, they can't do it.
Yep. Let's take a quick break real quick.
Quick break. TikTok.
All right, we're back.
Sip, socialize, shine. Vegas Day Drinkers, episode 44.
What have you been drinking lately anyway?
At home, I've been doing...
When the sun's out and it's 120 degrees, I want to know what Science is drinking.
I'll tell you what we've been doing. We've been doing a little bit of a pool crash, and I'm not going to name it because it's a pool crash. And we take a little cooler in there because it's not staffed first part of the week. So my days off are Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
So we take a little koozie in there and I ice them down. But, a really cold, really, really cold Busch Light sure tastes pretty good.
Ugh. Oh,
it's by the side of the pool. So we ingratiate.
You were definitely Midwesterning there.
I am Midwesterning.
Do you put like rock salt or salt in the ice in the cooler to keep it colder?
I do.
Yes, that is a must here in town.
I did reach out to the Nevada Beverage Rep because I've just noticed. I was telling my friend Scott back in Kansas City because we were talking about bars back there and things opening around the NWSL Kansas City Current Stadium.
Uh-huh.
And I was saying, and I reached out to Lonnie at Nevada Beverage and I said, is Busch Light kind of making a play in the market? Because it's like I'm seeing it pop up in more cooler doors.
When I was in Seattle last, they had my family likes going to Applebee's, and they had a Busch Light apple as their special.
Oh, I've seen that. I have not.
And I was like, yeah, whatever. It's $3 or $4 or whatever. I'll try it.
But yeah, I mean, you get like a 12-pack at a big box store for like $8, and it's hot, so you're just gonna slug it, But before we go out to the pool, we do some patronage of the casino, so we do have a drink at the casino bar and take care of the staff and all that, so we're not just complete scum,
Do you think that the Busch Light resurgence is having to do with maybe the economy and it's cheap?
Absolutely.
People are choosing not to have the $8
$8
craft beer. Instead, they're doing the 12-pack for.
And again, you're at a pool when it's 115 outside, and even though the pool's refreshing, if you take a can of an IPA, it's going to kind of warm quickly. You slug a Busch Light. An IPA, I guess people can slug them, but I don't think an IPA is a slug worthy as.
I had a Michelob Ultra the other day, and boy, that is just fucking gross.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Once it goes up to room temperature, it's disgusting. But cold is fine.
I don't know how people do it. I just didn't. I'm like, when Bud Light was having its thing, for its moment, and people were like, "Yeah, I can't believe you drink that shit." And I'm like, I haven't drank a Bud Light in 20 years. I don't even know.
I got a joke for you. I just read it this morning.
Yeah, let's go.
4 CEOs, one of Anheuser-Busch, one of Miller Coors, one of Miller Coors, and then of Guinness all get together for lunch. The Anheuser-Busch executive orders a Bud Light. The Coors executive orders a Coors Light. The Miller executive gets a Miller Light. And then the Guinness executive gets a water. And then the other 3 look at the Guinness executive and said, "Why did you order a Coca-Cola?" He goes, "Well, you guys are drinking water, so I figured I'd drink it too." Hey-o!
That's a classic.
Anyway, so you saw the Odyssey.
Yes, I did. It was fantastic. Did you see it?
Not yet. I'm still trying to struggle if I want to pay the $50 or not, or if they're going to let that cost go.
So I'm going to give you my hack to that. And people, obviously, film people are going to be like, whatever. There's no fucking way I'm going to pay $52. Excuse my language, but I'm not paying $52 for that. But I'm a weirdo. Most people like sitting in the middle of the theater or the back row. To me, I have an 85-inch TV upstairs. It is the same as sitting in the back, probably actually bigger.
Yeah.
Than sitting in the back. And so I'm a weirdo. I like sitting in like the 3rd or 4th row. Nobody ever sits there. I never have to hear anybody talking. I never see anybody. Like literally, like the only thing I have to hear is maybe somebody walking behind me to go to the bathroom. And the size of the screen from there is your full field of view. So IMAX be damned, yes, IMAX huge, 70 millimeter, great, whatever. Love the technology. But where I sit, I have a whole field of view. So like there's literally like, it's the best seat in the house as far as I'm concerned.
So backing story for those of you in Vegas that don't know or who are listening from afar, most likely in the northern province of Bowmanville, Ontario. Brennan Theaters at the Palms is one of the handful of theaters in the country that are fully fitted to display the full integration of the 70 millimeter Christopher Nolan imagined
Yeah,
Odyssey.
it's the first film to be completely filmed in IMAX. They built a camera specifically for it because the IMAX cameras are very loud, and usually you only they film action sequences because they can just dub in the sound. So this is the first time they've ever done the whole movie. That being said, cool, but I'm not paying $52. I'm sorry.
And that's at the Brennan Theater. And I don't know if they were marketing that to the tourist that was maybe coming in town, and that was just another fee or an expense, a part of their Vegas experience, or if there's truly a lot of Las Vegans that are going to Brennan Theater just to
I believe it's sold
observe it that
out
way.
for the whole run
Has it?
at Palms,
Okay.
yeah. Or there might be a couple early morning tickets.
I mean, now we're getting into August, so probably my first movie of summer in theaters at a theater will be Tony.
I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fantastic.
I mean, I'll see it at some point. And obviously, they're all out there hawking it and talking about, like you said,
I
the-
think it's
the-
amazing. It's
the camera's bulky and then it's noisy, so they had to build a muffler basically to help muffle
Yeah.
the sound of the dialogue.
yeah.
And then they because it's on film, it's only so many minutes, right?
3 minutes.
Yeah.
So they have to, reset. I can't even imagine resetting and doing all that. Like a lot of work. Very cool. I love movies. I love cinema, but it's kind of funny. If we can get into a larger debate, and this wouldn't be for this, but everybody's all like, "Oh, we want real, we want actual, what's going on, we want this or that." It's all good.
Yeah.
We want this or that. We don't like the fake stuff anymore. We don't like the superhero stuff. We want real stuff. And I'm like, just fucking like what you like. Nobody fucking cares, right?
Speaking of liking what you like, Comic-Con was going this week too, right?
Yep, it's on right now.
So I saw a little blurb this morning with Josh Gad talking about it's been 40 years, it's just going to be 9 more months.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Too.
The next one?
The next one, yeah. Yeah, they were making fun of Marvel movies at their press conference. I didn't watch it. I just saw highlights of it. Hey, cool. I'm excited to see it. It's fun.
Me too.
I am just over, like, you know what? In the 60s, in the 50s and 60s, we had Western movies all for forever.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like Marvel. The Marvel movies are kind of like our Western movie moment.
Yes.
Not a big deal. It'll die out. Get it.
Is there
It's fine.
Is there Spaghetti Marvel?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that they've artists have
I ran into Target this morning and I saw like a Moana mold to make a pancake. I mean,
wonderful.
we have gone nuts just walking through Target briefly. I was in and out of there in like 10 minutes. We have gone nuts with licensing.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I was watching this. There's a documentary on Netflix called "The Toys That Made Us,"
Yeah, I've seen that.
and they were talking about it. Came out like back
Yeah.
to like 10 years ago, but I was just rewatching it, and there was one of the blurbs. There was a Star Trek license, and for Mego back in the day before Star Wars ever came out. This guy bought the rights to Star Trek for $5,000 because the studios had no idea what this kind
Really?
of stuff was. You know how much money they made selling Star Trek licensed toys?
Yeah.
Like something like $50 million
Wow.
off a $5,000 sale.
Pretty good,
Return on investment.
return on
So
investment.
that being said, licensing is only, I think one of the numbers I heard one time was like Cars, the Cars franchise. The movies have made like, $2 billion, but the toys have made like $10 billion.
Oh, it's insane. I mean,
Yeah.
everything, you can't turn it in an aisle at a major retailer and be like,
So when you're like, why are they making another Star Wars
well,
movie?
you go to Aviators game and I just saw that they had a Harry Potter night. I mean,
Yeah.
those two worlds, baseball and Harry Potter, don't
Hey, man.
necessarily click, but if you get 5,000 people out there that buy a Harry Potter Aviators
shirts,
jersey,
yeah.
yeah.
Sells licensing.
You didn't notice the subtlety of what he did a moment ago, but he referenced Star Trek in that licensing agreement, $5,000 a year goes to me. Next week is the Star Trek convention here, right? So
Yeah.
it's your ultimate chance to nanu.
Get my geek on.
Get
It's
your
the 60th anniversary of Star Trek.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. And guess what? I'm not even going because they're charging like they're not doing single day tickets. They're only doing like full weekend passes. They're like $600 to go to this thing.
Jeez. Is your boy going to show up?
William Shatner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna be there.
Is it Rio?
At the Rio, yeah.
Okay.
And it's a neat event. It's cool. You walk through it a couple times. You listen to some people talk. I've done it for so long that I just don't care anymore. It would be neat to see it for 60th, but I'm not paying $600 to go for a whole weekend.
Yeah. Just breaking news. Neither am I.
Come on, Chris.
Yeah.
It is neat though. Like you can, like I do. I just go to the bars, and sometimes the celebrities are just hanging out. You can hang out. I did like 10 years ago. I just hanging out and had a drink with Catherine Janeway, Kate Mulgrew.
Oh,
I don't know. You remember her from Orange Is the New Black? She was.
Yep.
She played Red. I think her name was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot to put the condiments on the bar top here for this latest episode. If you don't have the mustard, we must catch up. But in the month of World Cup, we also had the Summer League out here because the NBA draft happened recently. And then to wrap this episode up, LeBron James is on the move again.
Is he? Where's he going?
He announced late yesterday morning that he is going to the city of brotherly love.
He's going to Philadelphia.
He's going to Philadelphia.
Why is he going to Philadelphia?
He's taken a 2-year contract for $8 million because they went out and signed earlier in the summer Jaylen Brown, who was a phenomenal player for the Boston Celtics.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And they also have Tyrese Maxey and a couple other players. So
he's just trying to win another championship.
Yes.
How many does he have?
4, I believe. 5.
How many does Kobe have?
Kobe has 4. He's chasing Jordan. Jordan has 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's trying to.
But of course, if you talk to anybody in the know, he's not chasing championships. Even though he has pretty much every individual accolade now.
Yeah.
Scoring title, years played, points total, this and that. LeBron's his own era.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I are the age. Jordan is my GOAT at least. And a lot of people can make that testament. But there's people that are older than us and or not with us anymore that probably say like Bill Chamberlain.
Yeah.
So
how many championships did he get?
More than Jordan. I think he had like 11.
Oh wow, Jesus, really?
Yeah, something like that.
That's crazy. Who has the most?
I think it's him. Yeah.
Chamberlain?
Yeah, I mean, again, this whole episode's off the cup, so I didn't prep any stats. So
Chamberlain has the most chicks banged too, right?
Yeah. Or I'm sorry, Bill Russell. Bill Russell with the Celtics. That's who I'm speaking of. Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain was the one with the ladies, right?
With the yeah, that was an innocuous number. So
that's insane.
So when this gets chopped up in the software, and you're going to correct us, maybe we did that by design, or maybe we didn't.
Maybe if I was 6'6", I would have done much better with the ladies. Fortunately, I got to work really hard for it. It sucks because they don't just give it to me because I'm not 6'6".
If we overdub this as we exit this episode, we're going to call this one Darren Benjamin, I Try, like Macy Gray. Good seeing you, sir, because in the physicality, like we've all been kind of running wild again, but we'll be back soon. So this is episode 44. Any closing thoughts?
Who's going to run your wild horses, Chris?
There we go. So, Stones have a new album out, don't they? They're coming out? Yeah.
Well, that was a U2 reference. But...
Well, yeah, but U2 releasing new singles too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sip, Socialize, Shine. Episode 44 in the books.
2 more weeks, and we got Ted Lasso.
That's right. August 4th or 5th. Yeah.
Nice.